Kenya's national census kicked off on Saturday with enumerators crisscrossing the country to capture details about Kenya's growing population. For the first time, enumerators are using electronic devices to capture and relay data collected during the survey, which is carried out once every decade. This information is expected to inform the government's future policy decisions.
Sunset marked the beginning of Kenya's 6th national census exercise. With most pubs and other entertainment spots closed, Kenyans headed home to wait for the enumerators, individuals recruited by the government to carry out the 7-day counting exercise. A population census is a process of counting the people in a country at a specific time. Across the country, the over 130,000 enumerators visited homesteads at night when most people were believed to be at home. They set out in groups for security and efficiency.
The Ministry of Interior and Coordination with National Government has collaborated with other agencies, county commissioners, regional commissioners, chiefs, sub-chiefs, and village elders to ensure that there is no destabilization of any kind during this exercise. And indeed, there are also additional police officers that have been deployed to ensure that the exercise goes on smoothly.
It wasn't the first time Peter Serem was participating in the census, but this time things were different. Instead of the old, bulky forms, enumerators carried electronic tablets containing a raft of questions for each member of his household.
The last census, the questions were similar to these ones, but I can see these ones are more than, and it is everything in one. I can see how it can help the government how to plan.
The key questions asked include data about age, sex, marital status, births, deaths, migration and economic activities. This year, for the first time, the country will also count two special groups, persons with albinism as well as intersex individuals included as a third gender in the survey.
So we expect we get the exact numbers, even according to like the total population, ethnic groups and all that. And even the outcome, what do they really want to achieve, just apart from knowing our numbers and the population. At least something like economic balance. We need to know how many are employed, and how can they, bring those numbers together or average them. And exactly what will they do, even perhaps for the poor people.
Census is not for today. It is for posterity. It is data that the government will utilize to be able to plan for those who are yet to be born for the next 10 years.
The census will continue for a week, with preliminary results expected 3 months after the exercise ends and a final report after a year. It is expected to shed light on the changing face of Kenya while highlighting emerging trends and vital issues to be addressed by the government. The data which the government will collect during the census exercise will provide a valuable well of information about the country's population. This information will then be useful in resource allocation as well as in formulating development plans. Wilkis Anyabwa, CGTN in Nairobi, Kenya.